guys. Thank you for joining me once again. Obviously, we're not in the workshop today. It's late at night, and I've been wanting to do this video for a while, and I just haven't really had the chance yet. But I wanted to let you to tell you a little bit more about me and why I do this, how I got into it, and that kind of thing. Give you a little background as to why I do what I do. A lot of people that I meet, they don't know jack about forging, and they'll always ask me like one of two questions: what made you start forging, or what made you want to start forging? And the answer to that is really an easy one. I started looking into it when I was about 10 years old, and as soon as I found out about it and started looking into the history of it and looking into the process of it, I completely fell in love with it. I absolutely loved it, was obsessed with it, talked about it all the time. Unfortunately, I was never really able to get into it given the circumstances. It just never really happened for me. I actually inherited my anvil from my grandfather, who he passed away and passed it to my dad, and then my dad passed away and then it came to me. So I have this old Peterite anvil. I love the fact that I have this antique that is still functional, and I'm able to use it and do this craft with it. That to me is amazing in its own. But now what I'm doing basically is I'm still an amateur. I'll say that. I'm definitely an amateur, but I'm using all these techniques that I've literally studied my entire life. I've been obsessed with this and studied and studied and studied. I have book after book after book about blacksmithing and tool making and that kind of thing, and so I've studied all of this for years, and now I actually get to put that knowledge to use in practical application. And I make a lot of mistakes, and I learn from those mistakes. But what I do is I treat every day that I'm forging as a new learning experience, and I just use it as a chance to learn and improve more every time with each and every piece that I do. The second question that I get is, well, why do you forge instead of just doing stock removal when you're making knives? It seems so much easier just to do stock removal. My answer to that one is a little bit more complicated. So, yes, I enjoy making knives and other forged pieces of art, and yes, I consider it art. Stock removal is great for knife making, but I don't just make knives either. That being said, though, I do have a great respect for stock removal and other forms of blade making and metalwork in general. Now, that being said, I prefer forging personally, because there's this power element to it. So we live in this world of uncertainties and uncontrollable factors, and forging is my way of pushing back, if that makes sense. So I enjoy forging because it's like I'm gonna get out there here, okay? It's like taming a wild beast or conquering an impossible obstacle. There's a real power over the elements involved, and it takes time, thought, practice, precision, and skill to really move metal to your will. And if you think about that, it's pretty incredible. You're taking a metal object, a hard metal, immovable, solid object, and you're shaping it and creating something with it and making it into what you want it to be. It's to me, it's like the ultimate control. It's like the ultimate just power. It's intoxicating. I feel like I've conquered something. I feel like I've tamed the beast. I have a deep respect for anybody that does any type of metal work. I'm not great at welding. No, I'm not a good welder. I'm definitely not. when it comes to forging though, like, I really, again, I'm gonna get real deep here. You throw yourself into this spiritual journey, and when you're forcing and bending this piece of hot metal into what you want it to be, it's, as I said, it's extremely intoxicating. It's just, it's incredible. And I hope that if you're watching this and if you've never done any kind of metal work, I hope this kind of makes you think, and maybe you want to get into it. To put a piece of metal into the forge, it's akin to putting every fiber of my being right in there along with the steel. It's like, it's not just the steel going into the fire. And I know other people have talked about this before, so I know I'm not the only one. But it's not like you're just putting the piece of steel into the fire. You're putting yourself in there. You're throwing yourself in there in this like transcendental experience. And it's something that it's really hard to describe. You're not just shaping metal, you're controlling the uncertainty around you. I feel like our world is just completely a mess, especially right now, which even before this, you know, it's always a mess. I don't feel like I'm in control of anything. I feel like everything's kind of laid out how it is, and I have to kind of accept that. There's uncertainties, there's doubts, there's questions, like, why is this the way that it is? When I'm working a piece of metal, all of that goes away, and all I'm thinking about is, how am I going to bend this metal into the shape that I want? How am I going to force this piece of steel into a usable knife that somebody's going to appreciate? It's the most amazing feeling in the world. And so, alright, so that's pretty much what I wanted to say. I wanted to answer those two questions and talk about the craft a little bit, and give you a little insight as to how I feel about it, and show you that, you know, this is like my life. This is my dream. If I could quit my job today and just do this full time, I would. That's not really an option for me at the moment, so unfortunately I can't do that. But this is my passion, and I know, like, sometimes my videos are silly and stuff, but it's truly what I want to do, and it's truly something that I have tremendous respect for, tremendous appreciation for, and I just love doing it myself. And I'm so happy and proud of myself, even to be able to even be a part of this community. So it's a big deal. It's a big deal to me, anyway. I hope you watch from the beginning and you see, like, my progression through this, because that's what this is really all about. It's about me being an amateur and trying to get better step by step. So that's where I'm at. So anyway, sorry to, like, go on a weird spiritual tangent kind of thing there, but I just wanted to explain, like, how I feel about this and why I do it, and why I wanted to start doing it and everything. So the short answer is, like, I'm living my lifelong dream basically right now doing this, and I just hope that I can get into it more and get more involved in it, and really step up my game and put out some stuff that people are really gonna like. And that's what I want to do, and I think that's what all artists want to do. In the end, that's pretty much the goal, right? So that's it. Just wanted to share that with you guys. I appreciate you for watching. As always, I would like to thank you, very, very much for joining me for all of these lessons, learning experiences of me in the forge, but particularly this one. I thank you for listening to me harp on about my own personal crap, and I hope you enjoy this. So please hit the like and subscribe button. There'll be a lot more to come. I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna keep going with this as long as I can. So alright, so until next time, guys, I will see you guys in the next video.